Oh, when I was listening to my recording, I noticed that I turned off accidentally my phone when I let you listen to the coyotes. It was still on the recording that you could hear the coyotes. Anyways, I was explaining to you that, and this is a very important point, that in spite of the fact that you may have had some embodied language, and you may actually have had quite a bit of embodied language, you may actually really have felt like, wow, I want this, you still have moments in which you are quote unquote in your mind, where you notice that thoughts are racing through your head or something like that. You have all kind of worries and stresses and fears, frustrations, and all of that goes on inside of you, supposedly. No, it does not go on inside of you, but you imagine it to be that way because you are used to disembodied language. And this idea that you have inner language, once you express what you supposedly think, which of course you don't do because you know you will get in trouble, and it is not because you express what you think, no, it is because you speak. It is because you say something when you're not supposed to say something, or when you're not allowed to say something. So, that is the struggle for attention that goes on in disembodied language, where certain speakers, with their way of speaking, are supposedly more important than other speakers. And unless you say what you say in such a way that you can dominate the audience, you are not allowed to speak. And only those people who win the battle for the attention, they are the speakers. They do all the talking. And the rest of us is just listeners. Or you are only allowed to say something when you are given permission to say something for a certain time about a certain topic, if you know enough about it or whatever, There's always these limitations, these rules about why someone is allowed to speak and why other people must listen. Well, that's all disembodied language, and that all maintains the ludicrous illusion that there is inner language. So you still have, in spite of your, I've had that myself, of course, yes. I mean, of course, I'm talking about myself here. That you still have these moments in which you are again rattled, you're again upset, you're again stressed out, you're worried. There's frustration, or there's whatever, you have an opinion about something which is important, which you want to say, or you want to speak truth to power, but you don't do it because you know very well from past experience. I mean, if you have any sensitivity at all, you know from past experience that it's not getting you anywhere. It's just only making things worse. You get into an argument, and you can win that argument, but then what do you get? You get a situation in which one person is always the boss, or is always, the top dog, or the one person is supposedly better than the other, more important than the other. There's no equality. Yeah, there's no equality with all this disembodied language. Never. All right. So, no. Plus, you are better than other people, supposedly. That's why, you are more important. You are so full of yourself, holier than thou, whatever. That's not how language works. But the point of this explanation is that if you've had sufficient amount of embodied language, if you have been chipping away at your own conditioning history with your ongoing embodied language, there comes a moment when you realize that it is true not only that there is no inner language, yes, you have already said that, but you're saying that there is no inner language doesn't mean that you are done with the illusion that there seems to be inner language. But once you have had sufficient amount of embodied language, there comes a moment where you just realize that everything that goes on inside of you, that you appear to be saying to yourself, whether it's good or bad, yeah, everything that you appear to experience on the inside, so to speak, so without saying anything, without expressing anything, all of that. Good morning. Everything is part of your disembodied language. And there is no inner language. There is no inner language. There never was.